Okay, boys and girls, we're going to read Bugs, Nature's Time Machine. Make sure you're on page 318 and 319, where the story is by Nicole Linden. Follow along with me, please. Bugs, Nature's Time Machine by Nicole Linden. Paragraph 1. Have you ever wondered what insects looked like millions of years ago? They probably look nothing like insects do today, right? Paragraph 2. Not so fast. Insects long ago looked a lot like insects today. One kind of bug, the cockroach, has hardly changed at all. It still has a flat body and legs built for running. It still eats many different things, both living and dead. Cockroaches are built in a way that works well for them. In fact, cockroaches might stay the way they are for many more millions of years. Paragraph 3. Other insects have changed a lot in some ways, and not so much in others. Prehistoric dragonflies looked much like they do today. They had long, thin bodies and two sets of wide wings. Paragraph 4. But there was one big difference. Dragonflies a long time ago were much larger. They had wingspans of up to 2 feet long. This means that a dragonfly could be as big as a dog. That could cause problems for people today. We are lucky that today's insects are mostly smaller than they once were. Paragraph 5. Scientists think that many insects have not changed much because they haven't needed to. They were still able to find food and shelter as the world changed, so they didn't need to change themselves. Paragraph 6. The next time you see an insect squirming in a garden, don't say ew. Instead, look at it closely. You might just be looking into the far off past. Make sure you take a look at the captions. That caption at the bottom of this one talks about how the cockroaches have changed. I know I cut it off on the screen. Make sure you read it in your book. It says cockroaches have changed it doesn't talk about how they changed. It talks about how they haven't changed. Cockroaches have changed very little, meaning not a lot over time. And then the one underneath the dragonfly, it talks about how long ago dragonflies, this is the fossil version, dragonflies had wingspans about as long as your arm, and then this is the dragonfly we know today. And while it's larger in the picture, we know that in reality, dragonflies are very tiny, which is why we have the fossil version of it. And while the fossil looks like it's small, think about something that had a wingspan as long as from one tip of your finger to the other tip of your finger. That'd be very intense. Anyway, thanks, boys and girls, for reading with me. Make sure you go back through and read this again. Take an opportunity to listen to it as many times as you need to feel familiar with the story before you finish taking the test.